Hello, everybody. Let's see here. We have Autumn, Jess, Neptune, or Jupiter, possibly. Noodles, Mateem, Dante, Autumn, Lingen, Sam, Zach, and Vaughn, Albedo. Who else? Aimbots, Uriel. You got the notification and thought it started? Sorry about that. I'll actually, when I post the lobby, I'll have to check that out, see if I can mess with the notifications. Let me get my camera turned on. I'll be with you all in just a moment. Aha! Hold on, chat. We gotta... Why is it so close? Alright, yeah. That's better. That's better. How y'all doing, chat? How you doing? I missed you, chat. I took a, taking a little break or anything like that. It's like, wow. I miss you guys during the times where I'm not streaming. But welcome. Welcome to the stream. Happy to be here. Gonna do some Abyss tonight. We're gonna crush it. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna chill. You know how it is. I gotta spend some resin. My neighbor's dogs are barking. Can you guys hear that? Wait. I don't know if you can hear that. Drawing with your new art tablet? Nice. Second chamber, floor 12 is a pain. Hi, Dante. I thought I did say you. You can hear it a little. Okay. Here, I'll close my window. It's really nice outside, but one second. Okay. If they'll probably let them back in a little bit, and then I will open my window again, because it's just so nice outside today. It's like actually reasonable. It's not freezing, and it's I've been enjoying the fresh air, like outside air is just it just hits so much better than inside air. Even though I have an air filter in my room, it's just not the same. I want to get more plants, but I'm worried Freddy will destroy them, and also, like, I'm not the best plant dad. I'm not a terrible plant dad, but I'm not the best either. Anyway, welcome, chat. Yeah, we're gonna do the Abyss. I did want to ask chat one question, because you know how Genshin videos always need like disclaimers upon disclaimers? I was thinking about that because we watched my Dendro video on Walrus's stream, and I was like embarrassed to realize like how much of a disclaimer I had to put in that video. Like it was like, it felt like the intro was way too long. And I was just wondering, to get people to like watch those maybe, or make them not so like boring, should I do like goofy voices during my disclaimers? Relative humidity. Oh yeah. No, I gotcha. I really need to pay someone to clean the vents out in this house. The vents haven't been cleaned out in a while. And I looked in the vent system the other day. It's kind of gross. So I think I'm gonna pay to have that done, because indoor air quality is a big problem for a lot of people. You really need to get that checked out. If you haven't had like if you have a ventilation system in your house and it hasn't been cleaned out in a while, that's something that you should have done for sure. Just put it in the description. That's a good idea. I didn't think about that. That's a really obvious solution. Get some sus people. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I really want to get a wireless headset, chat. I dropped my headphones and this little piece here like snapped. But it still works. It's just like, man, I'm so sick of this cord. Being on stream, like normally when I sit, right? Like, hey Shiro, welcome. When I sit like and I'm gaming, it's like I don't really notice. But when I'm on stream and I'm like hanging out more over here, like closer to the mic, like dang, it's like choking me, you know, and I can't get up. I think I'm gonna get a wireless headphone or a headset or something. Just make it a little easier, you know, for the stream life. For the stream life. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get my game booted up. Oh, I think I might have music turned on in game. Yeah, I think I do. Hold on. Nope. There we go. Yeah, I do. I think disclaimers were all right. Maybe have it written out as well on the video. Yeah, you know, like I kind of like what I Win to Lose does. Like I speed up the disclaimer in the how do I videos, and I was thinking maybe I should just speed it up even more and add text. I think I know that's just such a basic way to do it, but yeah. I had to get a little brush. See this little brush? Freddy sheds so much on my desk, and I have a mechanical keyboard, right? And like I noticed the other day, I like kind of looked in the cracks of my keys, and there's so much Freddy fur just like in my keyboard, and that can't be good, right? So I got a little brush, and now like I can like brush out the fur or whatever, and it's like ridiculous. Like the first time I did it, I was like, oh man, that's not good. All right, here, let me get Genshin up. One sec. Genshin. That's not Genshin. That's Genshin. So much fur, you can make a Freddy replica. That's when I vacuum. Oh my gosh, when I vacuum, it's like, you know, actually I worked in a bookstore. This is so, oh, drop a like on the stream if you haven't already, by the way. Let me ping the Discord. I'm sorry, I'm all out of order here. Live streams. Okay, Discord is pinged. Let me grab the invite link. And I'm pinning the Discord link in the chat. That's for you all there. Hi, Dean. Welcome. Let's see. Do I need to do anything else? Nope. Oh, okay. So I worked at a bookstore, right? Oh, I got to turn off the music, in-game music, because we were vibing, y'all. And, I refuse to let go of my vibe. It's like the Emperor's New Groove, you know? You threw off my groove! That's like literally what it's like. Every time something like does that to me, that's what pops into my head when something like throws off my vibe. It's like, you threw off my groove! You threw it off, man! Anyway, I worked at a bookstore, and there was a book that was literally on how to craft things, like with the fur from your cat or whatever. Like specifically cats, like it was like how to make like little toys for them out of their own fur and stuff. Oh, it was, and how to make art. Oh gosh, it was it was something. Let me just say that. It was something. Okay, so we're gonna check out domains. I think, did I do my weekly bosses already? I'm pretty sure I did. I'm not doing child anymore. Yeah, okay, they're all done. So I can't get any upgrades from that.
Wherever in this world.
But I wanted to see if I could boost up my Abyss teams at all before we jump in, because last time it was like a 1 second away from not 3-starring it. But I don't really think that there's anything that I can do I should start working on my, you know what? My Albedo's artifacts are garbage because I dumped all my good ones onto my Edo. So I really should start working on making my Albedo set, like, actually not kind of bad. So maybe I should look and see what I got here. What you guys talking about? Hey, Dot. Look at us saying cat ladies gotta have something to spend our time knitting. Exactly. It was so goofy. Okay. That could be good. That could also be really good. Trying to see if I have anything that's like immediately. That's pretty good. I wish that was like a defense right there, but that's what am I currently using? Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna use that. We'll raise it. Wow. That's rough. Okay. Oh boy. That might be okay. Oh man, we don't have a lot of good options here. Oh wow. Like that might be okay. Let's +4 this real quick and see what happens. Oh wait. Hi, Ice. Yeah, I'm gonna do an Abyss run in a minute. I'm just prepping. I want to see if I can get any upgrades on my Albedo set, because I haven't worked on my Albedo set is basically my Edo set now, and I gave my Albedo like unfortunately bad pieces. So now I want to try to start bringing my Albedo back up because he deserves it, and also, you know, I need to. All right, so all right, let me see if I can get any of these pieces to roll well. What was it? This one? Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to +4 this and see what happens. Talking about books reminded me of Lisa, and her whole D skill doesn't have ICD, and that is broken. You can literally proc 8 overloads at the same time. Imagine. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, and overload's kind of interesting because proccing overload doesn't clear overload from the enemy, so you can, like, if you have like single target damage, you can do proc multiple overloads on enemies by doing single target instead of you know. Okay. Oh, what? That's a low roll, but hey, as long as it only rolls into defense and crit, like, that's way better than what I had. Okay. Oh boy, this is gonna be the really tough thing to replace. Because I don't even think I have any. Oh yeah, no, that's really bad. Okay. That's the best that I'm gonna get for there. I'm using an onset Geo Goblet. Oh my. Whoa. That's awkward. Oh, chat. I think I need a crit rate hat. Right? That's what I'm wearing. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, oops. There's like no way that I have another one. Yeah. Yeah, no. All right. Then I'm just gonna upgrade these 2 pieces and see if I can get like a nice little boost on stats. And then I really need to hit that domain back up. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I always forget that you can compare stats in the back better. Talking about books reminding me at least. Oh yeah, I already read that. Oh my gosh. Pyro Shred will also increase overload damage. Nice. I'm kind of interested to see how. Oh, I don't want to say too much. Walrus was. Oh no. Don't do this to me, please. Please don't do this to me. This might be like the biggest debate of a flower that's ever existed. Actually been testing it. Good hitting multi hydraulics. I almost crashed my phone. Nice. Yeah, Swirl can do that too. I have a funny screenshot of when Kazuha came out. Oh, nice. When Kazuha first came out, just swirling a bunch of stuff together, the amount of reactions that you can proc with a swirl and okay, well, at least it's defense. Can I get like a high crit rate roll so I don't have to stare at that 2.7 right there? That would actually that'd be okay. I'd be okay with that. If you're hanging out, enjoying the stream, drop a like on it. That would help us out a lot. Boost us in the algorithm. And okay, well, I'll take that. That's definite upgrade from what I was using. And then we gotta roll this puppy right here. And I do have a number of feathers that could be okay, but this is the most obvious choice. So let's see what happens here. Oh, okay. So not a great start. Not a great start. I'll take the ER, right? Even though it was a low roll, but like, okay, crit rate. All right, we'll take that. We'll take that. Take that. Thank you for those dropping likes. If you're new around these parts, drop a subscription on my channel would be great. And also, I have a friendly active Discord where we talk about Genshin and stuff. This is dead. This piece is dead. Unless if that's the best piece that I have, that I'm, you know, that might be a problem. Okay. So we're just gonna have to hope. Yeah. Oh man. We're gonna have to do a gamba, chat. We're gonna have to do a pretty big gamba here. There's no way. Oh, I knew it. All right. That's a dead piece. So, what was I using? It actually looks very similar to I had a piece that looked, yeah, kind of like this one. Whoa. Hey there, buddy. Do I have any dead +4 pieces that I can? Yeah, I do. Oh yeah, that's terrible. Oh my gosh. No way, chat. No freaking way. Oh, that's terrible. Wow, that makes me sad. All right, I'm gonna do it. We're just gonna hit it, chat. Well, you gotta be kidding me, dude. Oh. Oh boy. It could have at least been like defense percent, you know? 69. I think I just gotta leave it on. I think I'm gonna give up for now. Like, there's no way that this is gonna roll. This would have to roll into a crit stat, and even then, would it be worth it to switch off? Let's see, because that's a lot of defense, even though it sucks. No, I don't. I think it would have to roll into crit, and even then, oh. Okay, so my crit got a little better, I guess, and I did get some more defense. We'll just. I need to farm that domain more. That's the answer, chat. I gotta farm more. Oh, that was terrible. Okay. I see. Okay. Yeah, this team cannot get upgraded anymore for now. And then this team is also pretty dang set. All right, let's hit it, chat. Let's do it. Let's get to it. Oh, hi, Peach. Welcome. Welcome. All right. So let me check out this abyss, and then I will pick some more appropriate music for abyss. And we'll get going. We'll get flowing. Hey chat, you realize that there's 25 people here and there's only 13 likes? Can we bring that up? Hey Kawhi, welcome. Haley, welcome. What is your Ito cooldown crit rate? Oh, or cooldown. Oh my gosh, here's his ratio. It's not the best. Like, kind of low on the crit damage end, but kind of high on the crit rate end though, compared to what I see from people. So, you know, it normalizes. Yes, thank you, chat. Thank you. There we go. That is a good ratio. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. Take out my pencil and paper and learn from them. All right. We got to figure out what side we're going to run them on. It kind of looks like Freeze team is not going to be good in the first half. Like, I should run Freeze team second half. Yeah. Okay. It continues to look like I should run Freeze team in the second half. Yeah, that should be fine. Yep. Geo there. Oh, and then they just decide to flip it on me, huh? What is this? Floor 11? I hate you. Stop that. Is that only one Abyss Herald? If that's only one Abyss Herald, then it would still work. It would still work. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That should be fine too. Then what are we doing here? Yeah, I want my freeze team, and then yeah, I think we can. You know what, chat? I honestly, I think I might be able to go all the way through the abyss. Let's try it. Let's just see if we can just gun it all the way through, start to finish. No breaks. No fussing around. We are just gonna hit this abyss like it's I don't know. Yeah, I do. I have R1. Yep. Let me get a song here. Need something more fitting with the mood. Wait for it. Hold on. I gotta see if this is That's not too bad, but not exactly what I'm looking for. This? Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. And then I gotta make sure, chat, actually, because we've had voices turned off before. Okay, we have voices on. It's in English. Let's do JP. Let's do JP. All right. Hey, Owena. No, yay. She's not ready. She's not ready. I gotta build up the team, because, like, okay, the team that I want to run my Yaimiko in, actually, Yoimiya needs a lot of work in that team as well. So, that's kind of what I'm thinking, is it's gonna take a while to bring her up. And I'm not getting lucky on the weekly boss at all. Like, not at all. And also, these teams are my priority right now for building. Like, I still need to triple crown this entire freeze team, and then my Geo team, like I just showed my Albedo's artifacts, they need some work. Anyway, I've played a bit, I'm free to play, and I'm confused if I should go for Engulfing Lightning for writing. That's totally up to you, Akash. You know, it's like just invest in the units that you want to invest in. If you like her and you want to invest in her more, then go for it. I have heard though that there's no, not the AFK team. That's gonna be a meme team, but the team that I'm running her in is Yaimiko, Kokomi, Sara, and Yoimiya. Wait, is that right? Is it a rainbow team? Yeah, it's a rainbow team. So it's really hard to play, but it's actually very fun. And no, it's not a rainbow team. Sara and Yaimiko are both Electro. I'm so dumb. It's a Electro Resonance team. It's like an Oversplode team, but it's got. I showed it actually. I think. Did I show it? Maybe I did. I think I've run some domains with it on stream, but it's a work in progress. All right, let's hit it, chat. Homa is better for Raiden. Is that true? It can be easier to balance the crit ratio on it, and Homa is universally kind of a good spear. Like, you know, it's meant to be Hu Tao's signature weapon, but because it's like a HP scaling stat, and it turns your unit into a split scaling unit, which is why Homa is kind of so busted, and probably why they won't release many units or many weapons like that ever again. Like, when they release a signature weapon, they want it to work for the unit that they release it for, you know? It's like meant to be their weapon. So they don't really want it to be like, oh, best in slot for every spear wielder is Hu Tao's spear, because that's just kind of weird, you know what I mean? Engulfing Lightning is probably better in the long run. It's just that, like, one of the issues with Engulfing Lightning is that it's really hard to balance the crit stats. Like, it's very unforgiving. Normally the signature weapon has crit, which makes it easy to balance. I've never seen a Homa Raiden. Yeah, I've never heard of that until you just said it there. I don't know. I mean, Homa probably boosts her damage, yeah. I haven't done, you know, I only have a C0 Raiden. And I don't even have Engulfing Lightning. And I really only like to talk about stuff that I test. But, you know, I'm sure people have tested it. Homa is 89 behind in general teams, but it does make your stats balancing easier. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought that it would be overall less damage, but yeah, the crit damage makes it easier to balance. Yeah, because balancing your stats in Genshin is actually a pretty hard thing to do. And welcome, Satsu. Am I pulling for C2 Raiden? No. I'm staying at C0. I'm going to be investing probably heavily into Ayato. I don't know anything about him. I don't look at leaks. But because I'm a freeze fanatic and he's a Hydro unit, there's good potential for him to work in freeze teams. And so I kind of have to see if he's like a heavily vape-based Hydro unit. I don't know if I'll like him. Oh no, Diona, you chucked it in the wrong spot. It just really depends. That was kind of a waste of the ult, but oh well. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, too far.
ご安心を。あれ狂いなさい。
C2 Raiden is overrated in general. You don't need it to play Raiden. Yeah, I have C0 Raiden, and I've said for a long time that I think C0 Raiden is fine. You know, it's like, I literally, I think I just made a video on it. Yeah, where I was talking about why there's so much controversy every time a unit that's not a main DPS is released. And I was talking about Yaimiko, because like literally every time a unit is not a main DPS and they are released, people complain. And I kind of understand why. Like, I kind of get it. You want your favorite unit to be a main DPS because you want them to be on field doing the damage all the time. I get that. But like, you know, hey Brian, this is a, I'm happy you're here to chill. We are vibin'. We're doing DPS. What? Oh my gosh, no. I thought he was dead. That's funny. But yeah, you know, like as someone who likes playing supports, like I don't know if I should be offended by that or not. You know, it's like, is it really that bad that your unit does things off field? Like honestly, I love Kazuha so much, even though he's not always on field. Yaimiko kit is broken, it needs to be fixed. I mean, that's kind of what everyone said about Kokomi. I'm just saying that, like, I understand that she's not where everyone wants her to be, and I get that. I've read everything that everyone has said. I'm not ignorant to it. I'm not just blindly saying, oh, she's this Pog unit. But, like, it's a fact that the game is in a constant state of development, and it is highly possible that she's not even at the power level she's intended to be at right now on release. And I honestly believe strongly that like Hoyoverse does not care about how it feels for us to experience Genshin as it's being released, because during their development, during the planning of their development, they didn't expect the game to be popular, and they probably don't really care too much about like with Kokomi, you know, like if they really cared about Kokomi's release, like in terms of like, oh, we want you to pull her day one and like everyone pull her day one, like I don't think that that's really what they want the player base to do, if I'm being totally honest with you all. Like if they wanted that, Kokomi would have come out with her set. They released her in a nerfed state. So, and not only that, but they give us access to units like Barbara who can counter corrosion. So all those people saying that, oh, now that they're trying to make you pull Kokomi, like, sorta, but also they give you the tools you need to counter that mechanic, and so you do not need Kokomi. And releasing her in a nerf state, it's kind of like the only people that pulled for Kokomi were the people that wanted her, that liked her kit, like liked her as a character. You know what I mean? And I think that's what they want. I don't think that they want there to be all this day one hype. I mean, like for instance, like needing to have guides out like day one is kind of toxic for the community, you know, because there's like all this misinformation based on like very little testing. Like these content creators will test the unit for 10 hours and then release their guide, and it's like, I understand that there's the pressure to do that, and you can try to get the best information you can try to get, but like you're gonna make mistakes, you're not gonna know everything that you need to know, because it takes a lot of time, dude. This game is very simple on the surface, but all of the details are kind of vague and hidden, and it takes a lot of time to test. Anyone that has done actual testing at Genshin Impact, like you realize that the game is not friendly towards testing. It's very, like, everything, all the systems are very hidden and hard to see and test because of all the RNG. Like, it's very unfriendly to that. Where are all the male characters in the game? I don't know. I read. No need to crunch so hard for rotations when fighting bosses anymore. I think non-crit passive would be improved. To me, yeah, it's fine. Her and Raiden destroyed Chamber 1 and it left me like 2 minutes on the other side. Hey, Rimserp. Welcome. Hope you guys enjoying the live stream. Every other 5-star has something that makes them unique and better in some areas. Miko, a bugged 5-star official. The issue is not that she doesn't excel at anything. That's kind of untrue, though. I do think that she excels at things. I just think that people don't appreciate the things that she excels at. And not only that, people don't have enough time. Like, what was your name? I'm sorry. Abner? What do you own Yaimiko? Have you tested her personally, or did you watch a test online and you're going off of what someone said? And I don't mean that to be rude. I just mean that in the sense that, like, if you own the unit and you're a Giga Whale and you, or not even a Giga Whale, if you're just someone who has the opportunity to test her in her fullest, like, I own Yaimiko, and I'm fully willing to admit that, like, even though I've watched every guide that's out, and even though I've done all that, I can't say that I do not believe that we know everything about her. For instance, a lot of people are still recommending that you do triple E, Q, triple E, and then they're complaining about rotations with her. And what I found that works best for her is to do triple E, and then right before her turrets disappear, you pop in Q and then triple E. And if I don't have Yaimiko, so you don't know. Oh, you do own her? Okay. What team are you running her in? Your favorite in the game? Oh, that's awesome. If I'm being totally honest, I do think that she's missing like a dedicated artifact set. I do think that there will be an artifact set later on that either benefits Electro in general or her in general. So I don't think that she's at her peak potential. I do think that. But what team are you running her in? I'm curious to see what you've tried with her. Miko brings sustained DPS to Hyper Raiden, which I appreciate. Yeah, she has very, very consistent off-field damage that requires, like, one thing that you see. Okay, one thing that's hard with Genshin to appreciate is utility. How do I say it? Like the power of a utility, right? Because utility is not numerically shown on screen when I keep accidentally cap shielding. Like for instance, poise. It's not shown at all. And units that do high poise damage often sacrifice actual damage for poise damage or like high poise. And that's not easy to see at first or to know. There's just a lot of like little synchronicities that anyway, with Yaimiko, what I was getting at is that she does not need to have someone do damage. No one has to do damage to activate her damage. And if you look at every other off-field damage source, almost all of them have a very specific condition. Like Albedo, for instance. His is unique in that, like, before Yaimiko, Albedo was like the least conditional off-field damage dealer, where it's like, just hit the enemy and do damage. And, well, specifically do damage, because, like, right now he's not doing anything. But you know what I mean? Like, the fact that her damage just goes automatically and everything is, like, actually kind of busted in and of itself as a mechanic. Because she can be, like, the activating force for, like, Yoimiya's burst or other sources of damage off-field. Oh, it's just one? Oh, okay, that's easy. But anyway, I do think that later units will work well with her, and yeah. Ow! That's rude as heck, dude. Bye-bye. Hi, Lei. Welcome. Yai is currently doing 15k off-field. Per turret strike, like 45k every 3 seconds. Miko, already read that one. Just so you know, you has 3 turrets that can play Electro, and that's something that could be broken. Let's get to Dendro reactions. Yeah, as an enabler too, like Electro reactions aren't great right now, but when Dendro is added, then that's a really good point. Lei said, it's kind of like Sucrose and Kazuha all over again. Sucrose is so good already, you don't have to get Kazuha. Same with Yai and Fischl. Fischl is so OP that Yai isn't necessary. I agree with that 100%. I agree with that. And I think that that's the thing that, like, that's another reason why I think that we're not, Mihoyo or Hoyoverse doesn't really intend for us to pull these units day one, is because the opportunity cost is not worth it. Like, if you, that's why everyone's so disappointed every time a unit comes out, is they want it to be worth all these primo gems. And fundamentally, unless you like the character, it's not worth it. Like, no there's almost no 5-star that is so strong that like they're actually worth like the total primo cost, because you can point to a 4-star that you can get with way less investment and say they do the same thing, almost as good, if not, you know, arguably better in some way. And yeah, it's like Sucrose and Kazuha. Like, I love Kazuha. He's my favorite unit. You all know that. But I am totally willing to say that, like, yeah, if you have Sucrose, a well-built, high-investment Sucrose, then unless you need another one of those same kinds of units, or if you just really like Kazuha, or you just want to push the limits, then you don't need him. You don't. And I'm not like, it doesn't upset me, you know? It doesn't like make me like feel like Kazuha's irrelevant or like he's not worth pulling to me, because he is worth pulling to me. But I could understand that to other people, Sucrose is a cheaper investment to get basically the same thing, and, you know, Kazuha just isn't their thing. Just isn't like a unit that appeals to them for some reason. And I don't understand why, because he's kind of the best, but, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of noticed this with gaming, actually. And you all tell me what you think about this, right? I've been thinking about this lately. I've noticed that when it comes to gaming, it's kind of like no one's allowed, you are allowed to have your favorites, right? But when you start talking about your favorites, you have to justify them. Like when I talk about Kokomi to people, a lot of people seem to think that I need to justify her strengths, or like why I pulled her. And I don't think that that's good, because like, okay, back in the day, what I remember from gaming back in the day, oh god, I'm gonna sound like a grandpa, but it's like I would pick a class, right? And I'd be like, yo, this is the best class in the game, like a healer or a support or something. I'd be like, this is literally the best class, like best class easily, right? And it's like, that's just me basically saying this is my favorite class. Right? That's what that means. Because then, like, I would meet, like, a DPS, and they'd be like, this is the best class in the game. Does the most damage. Best class. Best class. Right? But now, it's like, everyone has universally agreed that, like, you're not allowed to say stuff like that unless it's, like, literally true. Like, factually, absolutely true. You know what I mean? Like, I've been watching, like, I don't know. It's just interesting. I've been watching different like streams and stuff, and I was wondering what chat thinks about that. Like, what do you guys think when you see someone talk about a unit and they just say like if I were just to be like, Kazuha's the best unit in the freaking game. I freaking love it. Like just no one's better. Like, he's literally the best. I don't care what you say. Like, does that come off as like me trying to be like right, you know, like, is it, like, does that make anyone feel like they need to argue with me, you know what I mean? Like, I'm curious. Oh wow, let me try to, so I have to disagree. I have build C6 if she fails to boost like Kazuha. Yeah, I mean, it's not the same, right? It's not the same, but it's enough boosting that you don't, like I cannot tell someone that they need a C0 Kazuha to make their Hu Tao do similar damage. I'm not saying as much exactly, but like, I think the difference of damage boosting between a C6 Sucrose and a C0 Kazuha is like less than 10%. Like, I think it's like 8, I think Kazuha is like 8% better at boosting than Sucrose at C1 or C0 free-to-play build versus C6, you know, decently built Sucrose. Kazuha's the best, I agree. I think Kazuha shines better where you want CC. Here, I'll read it after I clear the chamber. Hold on, chat. Let me clear the content first, and then I'll. Oh, you son of a gun! I hate those Sama trolls so much, and I feel like we're gonna see them pretty often in other like Dendro constructs. That's gonna be fun. Okay. Hey, lot of money. Welcome. Welcome. Also, it's funny that people literally has one broken specific artifact set. Imagine in reaction team C6 Sucrose is equal to C0 and mono teams Kazuha was better. People just justify out of fear, judgment, ridicule. You can't give an explanation. For me, I think it's the fact that gaming has become more mainstream and opened up a lot more people with more opinions. Yeah, back in the day, neckbeards could argue about things and be silly, but Kazuha is the best. I like Hujaro because I like her. She's the best. It's a different kind of argument now that they're supposed to casuals. Hakushin ring at R5. Sucrose is literally a 1000 EM Kazuha buff. I disagree. Klee is better than Chi-Chi than Kazuha. Kazuha enables mono teams better than Sucrose. That's true. Okay. So, yeah. So, you know what's funny, though, is that, like, chat. Okay, here's the funny thing. I wish I were streaming back then. When Kazuha first released, also, I'm gonna swap up the music because I'm getting a little stale on this one. All right. When Kazuha first released, if I were streaming, chat would have been saying the opposite. Chat, like, I've watched streamers. They would have been saying, no, just, like, get Sucrose. Like, literally a waste of Primos. Venti is better. You know, there's no reason to pull. Like, we all have Venti anyway. Like, why would you pull Kazuha? Like, that was chat back in the day. And now you're saying, no. Sucrose can't possibly live up to Kazuha. You know what I mean? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, do you get it? That's just all I'm saying. So, yeah. Oh, that slapped. I remember hearing that from other peeps, yeah. Also, you have to find characters that suit your gameplay. Not everything is because of the character. Yeah, exactly. Classic memeable music. Overload chamber, huh? How'd everyone like that? Yeah, get closer. Y'all gonna hug. Stop it. That's really annoying. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, you're done and dusted, buddy. I didn't get Kazuha because MTAS was saying that the first time Kazuha was not a must pull. Yeah, I wouldn't listen to the thing. Yes, sorry, no leaks here. I can't. I want to be an official creator. Mad you didn't get Kazuha. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's hard for us to tell. I'm sorry about that. It's hard for us to tell what's actually a leak and what's like a rumor or speculation. Like pretty much, if you want to speculate something, you can say that you're speculating, and that should make it more obvious. But yeah, it's challenging sometimes because we don't look at leaks. So like when someone says something that might be a speculation, unless they clarify, it's like hard to tell. Really hard to tell. First Kazuha banner, you sadly got Chi-Chi. Oof. Paimon banner when? That's a good question. Numbers. Alright, you all said floor 12 is a pain. Is it because of the Wolfie boys? Because with the... Oh, here we go. Because I'm crushing them with a Geo team. Crushed it. Ito and Zhao's JP voice actors over English. You know, I got to agree with you. And I love that in JP, Kazuha is Yujiro and Zhao is Kirito. Like, that kind of makes me feel a certain way, you know? It's just like, oh man. They know that I'm a weeb. I love hearing Yujiro's voice, I'm not gonna lie. It's so good. And it fits so well with Kazuha. And Kirito fits kind of well with Zhao, not gonna lie. Like the edgelord status, you know? Alright. So we gotta freeze these boys in place. These chunky boys. Come here. Give me your energy. Give me your energy. Oh. Oh, here we go. Now we're gaming. Now we're gaming. Yeah, freaking eat it, buddy. Freaking eat it. Oh, yeah, that felt great. JP voice for Hu Tao is Megumin. Oh, I didn't know that. When Zhao says Kokoda and Nino, Zhao made feel certain. Yeah. True. True. Hey, Noodles. You're here. Oh, you were here earlier. I don't know. Wait, what? Who said hey, Noodle? Wait, what? Hey, yeah, Ash Noodles? Oh, Ash Noodles. Where's Ash? Why do I not see Ash? Oh, there you are. Hey, Flo. Hey, Ash. Oh. If you're enjoying the stream, drop a like if you haven't already. We're going to clear out this floor 12. Oh, well, that's fun. Oh, no. Yeah, Noodles has been here. I knew that one. That's why I was a little confused. I saw the noodles, and I was like, what? That's why it threw me off. Okay, so I think I need to get them not to charge. Shoot. Okay, I think I need to get them to... Maybe I can get them to both charge. Like, just run back this way, right? Well, that's not really... Alrighty. That works. I'm not complaining. As long as they don't charge at me, we're gaming. What? Holy mother of pearl. This is probably a bad... This was a really bad idea. This was a terrible idea. What am I doing? Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna flip. Gosh, you know, they really got me with that. You know what, chat? I saw Golden Wolf Lord and I thought, oh yeah, Geo resist, right? He's a Geo enemy, Geo resist, right? It's like you get trained in your brain to think electro enemy, electro resist, and then they release things like the Wolf Lord and the Rift Hounds where it's flipped. It's like the color of the enemy is the color you want for damaging them, and it's like, what am I doing? Okay, but anyway, this should be easy. This should be an easy clap. Let's go. This is a strong Ito 1 character I regret skipping. Thank you. I appreciate that. I put a lot of love into him. He's a really fun character. I like his personality a lot. There's not many characters like him in Genshin, and I appreciate that, you know, that he's there in him.
深海のカゴ行きましょうご安心をはっとや
I have C1 UI. It's hard to. I'll read chat after this. Don't worry. Abyss runs are hard to keep up with chat.
天心直送
Gosh, I just have permanent. Like I literally have over 100% uptime with my Shenhe ult. It's ridiculous. Like I get my ult back and I just like my cooldown is reset and I just have full energy. Like I can just cast it. I think I have like it overlaps by like 2 or 3 seconds of ult overlap, which is just so nice. I love that. Let me see. I have a C1 Yai only because I didn't get C3 official. Instead, I got 2 Yais and 1 10. Oh my gosh. But that's awesome because C1 is great for her. Her burst cost doesn't make her build wrong. In your opinion? Wait, who said that? Ito's burst comes back so within to make you really bad fast. Like they really ruined your skin. No. Actually, no. Not to be like that, but like Yai Miko is not burst dependent. That's another thing that people keep saying that I don't understand why they're saying that. You do not, like her main source of damage is her turrets, not her burst. And because of that, you want to have uptime on her turrets. Yai Miko has 100% uptime on her turrets without her burst. So she's not burst dependent. The burst is literally an additional damage instance that you're just granted, and also it's like a reward for having high energy. You know what I mean? So no, I disagree entirely. Like the burst is the most unimportant part of Yai Miko's kit. The most important part are those turrets. It's like I haven't seen the actual theory crafting on how much of a percent of her damage is her turrets. My team probably knows that, but I'd be willing to bet that at least 60% of her damage is her turrets. Yeah, like her cooldowns, they made her cooldowns so that like if you set down her turrets, by the time they all disappear, you will have all of her cooldowns reset. Like her cooldown will be reset. So you don't need her burst to reset the cooldowns at all. And oh, I screwed up. I screwed up really bad. Ah. Crap. I forgot. What build for Sara? I run my Sara on a really weird build. Oops. So I don't know if you would like my Sara build, if I'm being frank with you. I run my Sara not just as a buffer, but I run her as a like sub versus DPS and even as a main DPS at times. I run her on a 4-piece Thundering Fury set with a Polar Star. C0 Yai Miko turret is very low on damage. Not really. I think her turret damage is actually pretty good. Oh, son of a gun. No, no, no. Yeah, toss those puppies out. Oh! Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Boom! Boom! You like my Chongyun build? Thank you. I love Chongyun. Guess I level up my turrets on her, then I only leveled up her burst. Is that bad? Oh, yeah, yeah. You should, yeah. I would focus on her turrets. Primarily. C0, yeah, and she's very useful, even though I use a main defense of her. When Gambler, 2-piece of it comes 5 fire. Interesting. I can't believe, oh yeah, that's true. I can't believe how difficult this would be for players who barely have any Geo units. Yeah, if you ignored the Geo meta, oh my gosh, right now you are like, I mean, I did clear that with a lot of time. I had a minute left. But without Geo, that would have been a struggle. Tradition alert, it's been 1 hour of streaming so far. Yeah, let me check my camera battery. 1 sec. Hey, Bree. Yeah, it's getting low. Let me change batteries. I will be right back. I also gotta use the restroom. 1 second, chat. I'll be back in a moment. Hello, chat. Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, I'm back. Yeah, we have like 20 or 30 minutes before my camera starts melting. And then I'll have to turn it off for a little bit. Thanks for being here, everybody. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Let's see what you guys talking about. Let me scroll back a little bit. Mad that I got C1 because now I don't need Emblem of Southern Face, which is the only set. I have good subs, main stats on instead of running Thundering Furies and Special Electro Attack. Oh, okay, yeah, no, I would run 2-piece, Glad 2-piece Shim on your Yamiko. It's a really good 2-piece for her. Really wondering why no one is talking about Yamiko synergy with Zhongling's burst. You can literally move around to increase the overall hits of the tornado. Pyronado has 0 ICD. Can you explain that a little more, Vaughn? I don't know, but they do ignore me. I do like the domain event. I haven't actually done the domain event yet. Not gonna lie. I said this when they announced it. I do not like. I think the domain event is probably my least favorite event that they've ever done. I'm excited for people to enjoy it, but for me personally, like I like the lore and the story and the like. I don't mind mini games, but I prefer them to be tied in more heavily with, like, it just, yeah, I don't know. It's like Mario Maker, you know what I mean? Like I can understand that that's like something maybe they want to see if people enjoy, but I'm not the biggest fan. Like, if it were more expanded, maybe, like if it were like not just, it's just coin collection, right? Like it's pretty much you're just collecting coins. Is that all you do? Like it's not, you can't, like, can you put enemies in it or anything, or traps or anything, or is it literally just like make a path, grab the coins? You know what I mean? Come on, give me my burst. Because, like, it would be fun to make domains if it were just, like, you could do anything. Like, you could put enemies and traps, and, like, if you had, like, a ton of tools, I could see that being maybe a little more interesting. Oh, do they just do this randomly now? Okay. It's kind of rude. Yeah, my energy generation is not great right now. Got it. There's traps. Where'd you put enemies? Ended up with parkour to make a freeze floor and a lot of traps. So it's use the soul tether mechanic. Yeah, true. Considering they use that ability to death. Yeah, they use that a lot. What's up, Ayana? Welcome. This event literally feels like a testing ground where you can finally build our own Nazarick. Green money. Let's get the plasma. Story. Wait, what? It's gonna die if they don't keep up with the story. I hate the fact that Travel has been trying to meet his sister, so like there's a reason why Holy. What? Well, they are, but we already met them, and they told us to just keep doing our little journey. So our goal isn't even to really find them anymore. It's to just keep going on our journey. The story is getting better, in my opinion. It's getting a lot better. They're adding a lot more depth to the world building and doing a lot of really good stuff. The main story of Find Your Brother Sister was just an excuse to get us here, and now that we met them, they basically said, hey, just go keep keep doing what you're doing. Go meet all the gods and stuff. So it's I feel like the story is turning more into, let's figure out what the heck is going on in this world. Like our sibling literally told us to find out the truth of this world. So that's our goal, I think. To learn about Conria, and you know, I'm excited for the coffee event. Oh, I am excited about that. Oh, that's really interesting. Yeah, I wonder if we will get lore from that. That would actually be kind of cool. Yeah, we have like an event we're having where we can serve coffee, like we can be Brewster. It's basically Animal Crossing like Brewster event for Genshin. You want to see some more of your sibling? I'm sure we'll see them more, for sure. I mean, they're heavily tied in with the Abyss. And the Abyss is, like, literally... Like, there's only 3 main factions in this game. Like, the Human Realm, the Celestial Realm, and the Abyssal Realm. The Light Realm, the Human Realm, and the Dark Realm, or the Void Realm. And we've been learning so much about all that. And, I mean, like, it's obvious that our sibling was tied up in with Conria and the Abyss, and the more that we learn from the Archons, the more we'll learn about the Abyss and what happened with our sibling and why they made the choices that they made. Because clearly right now, our sibling is like a more extreme version of Dainsleif, like literally fighting the gods, and Dainsleif is like, yo, don't do that, don't fight the gods. And so, like, obviously that's like a hint or like a throwback at that. And I have a feeling that, you know, them showing us this happy-go-lucky side of the gods and the Archons, like Venti and Zhongli up first, is intentional, and they're gonna squash all of that. Like the farther we get and the more we learn about Archons, the more we're gonna be like, oh, Archons are either not so special or they're like kind of evil in a way, like not as wonderful as we think they are. As we've started learning about, like, you know, like Raiden, like she's very human. She has a lot of flaws as an individual that we would perceive as human. And I think that's intentional. Like Venti is more of an absentee Archon and very vague about stuff. And Zhongli is, you know, not even allowed to talk about Conria because he's contracted or whatever to not talk about it. Anyway, that was a long tangent. Traveler goal changed after meeting our twin. From finding him to learning more about Tibet. Lantern Rite 2 seems to have happened pre-Inazuma. Yeah. The lore is great, but their execution about the main lines, like Archon quests and stuff, are meh recently, minus the Raiden story quest. I get that. The execution's been a little lackluster for what people want, I think. Yeah, they have high expectations. Traveler's plot importance in the Shenhe Archon quest was really bad, though. I do agree with that. I do agree that it felt weird that Traveler lunged at the god with a dull blade. Like, that felt weird. I will say that. I'm not saying the game's perfect. I do think that this game has some of the best story I've played in a long time, though. Outside of, like, a Tales of game. Traveler, oh wait. This explains why Traveler doesn't question Enju about our sibling. Oh, let me change. I'm sorry. We're not even in Abyss anymore. We're still listening to this, like, super jammy hype music. Like, can I not? Can we just jam? Yeah, there we go. That's better. Oh, that feels so much better. I was like getting anxious, and I'm like, why am I getting anxious? Let me open my window. It's like hot. It's really hot. Ah, okay. Hopefully no more dogs barking. This game has really good lore. I just feel like Mihoyo is playing the long game with it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, they're definitely, yeah. This story is going to keep going for like years. Years and years. There's going to be a lot of exposition, side stories, side characters. And I love that kind of stuff. Like, the longer they take to get to the end of the actual story, the more time they have to do exposition on, like, other people's stories. So, but yeah, welcome, Allie. Happy to have you here. Zhongli was a savage during the Archon War. Yeah, he was. He was. And exactly, that's what I'm saying, is like he's maybe gotten a little older and he's a little more grandpa-like, but like the Archons are actually kind of like under the happy-go-lucky surface, you know, like they're kind of they've had to fight a lot for you know. Sam said Writing Story Quest 2.5 was so good. I agree. It was really good. I think they actually exceeded my expectations. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. It kind of took me aback a little. R.I.P. funky music. Oh, sorry. This is kind of funky. Isn't this funky? Oh, you're welcome. I love being warm and welcoming and friendly. That's like my jam. That's like I'm peanut butter and vibing is jam. You know what I mean? We go well together. Ryan's VA killed it. Oh yes. Yes. Actually, Aether, aka Zach Aguilar, does a lot of like live streams with the voice actors when they come out and like polls for their unit, talks to them. And the one with the Raiden VA was one of my favorites. The Raiden VA, the English VA, oh, she's fantastic. Like as a person and as a VA. And then like they talked about that, how like in the development of Raiden's character, you know, the devs were really persistent about like Raiden and A have very different tonalities, and you need to be able to make it very distinct, subtly distinct, I should say, over who is the commanding presence, whether it's the Shogun or A. And then you add in, you know, the Makoto part, and it just gets even deeper. And I think that, yeah, you're right. Fantastic job on that. It's very well done. I forgot to grab the request. That's okay. Bennett's Hangout, in your opinion, was the only fun hangout quest? You know, I actually didn't like Bennett's. Bennett's was one of my least favorites. You'll be inlaid upon this statue. Yeah. I really liked Noel's first and second hangout, but the second one was better. Let me look at all of them. It's been a minute since I've looked at them. I still need to catch up too. Beto's hangout was fantastic. It was so good. Oh gosh. I still need to do the Aimiko quest too. We're gonna have to do that soon, folks. Yeah, I haven't even finished all of Beto's endings, but the last ending I did, oh man, that really, ugh, God, my heart can barely handle it. And then I gotta do these, man. Barbos was okay. Chongyun's was okay. I was a little disappointed with his. I liked Diona's. Diona's hangout was cool. Chongyun, I was a little disappointed. There's one ending that I really like. I like almost all of his hangout, except I really don't like the some of the endings for the ghost part. But I thought that his was pretty good. Other than that, Diona's was really good. I like that a lot. Beto's, oh, fantastic. Goro's was really funny. There was a lot of good comedy in there. I did enjoy that. And then I'm very excited to do these. Like I'm taking it slow, you know. I haven't done a lot of them, but I'm very excited. Hangouts are fun. I like learning more about the characters. Bennett's was funny. I thought Bennett's was really sad. Bennett's hangout made me really depressed. I was like, man, this guy just can't win. Can't win. It's like just sad. Goro and Beto is your favorite hangout. Second is Yunjin. Oh, nice. I am excited to do Yunjin's. Chongyun's felt like there could have been more that was probably scrapped. Yeah, his just felt a little basic. Like, I don't know. Some of them were really fun, and like the stuff with the popsicle and playing with the kids and stuff. Like, yeah, it's like it's cute and fun, and it did like make me appreciate him more. But it's just like I was a little curious, you know, like learning a little more about the exorcism part and stuff. Just kind of wanted to know a little bit more about that. That's okay. You're about to do Yai's story quest tomorrow? Nice. I'm gonna do it soon. Probably Tuesday or Monday or something. Bennett hasn't been winning. 2020. Invulnerable Hydro. That should be okay, but I'll just play different. I wanted to learn more about Chongyun's auntie than him, to be honest. Well, we learned plenty about her. Plenty. Archons being evil is to be expected considering they have demon names. Yeah, I agree. It's just like, you can see what Mihoyo's doing, or Hoyoverse. If you really pay attention, they made a game that on the surface is very simple and cute and kind of idyllic. But then when you look at the lore, it's all like a lot of tragedy, it's sadness and dark. Oh no, my poor Yoimiya. So, you know, it's just, it's very intentional. It's very intentional. It's meant to lead people in that maybe aren't gamers or aren't into that kind of thing. Like, I think that the reason why Mondstadt is just so easy and so basic is that it's meant, you know, this game really is kind of like a lot of casual gamers' first experience into what it might be like to be a hardcore gamer. You know, like, because this game isn't really a hardcore game, but it does have a lot of elements of like hardcore games, like with the story and the grind and the stuff, and you can turn this game into a hardcore game, sort of. You know, you can't really hardcore grind on it the same way you can with like an MMO, but like the mechanics and learning about rotations and elemental gauge theory and world building and all the stuff. If you want to know more about Chongyun and Shenhe's abilities, they seem to be pretty straight out of Janjia. I'm sorry, I butchered the pronunciation. I don't even want to. I feel really bad that I even tried that. If I remember, I'll link to a wiki, please. Thank you. Well, I'm going to go get going. Need to get ready for our thing later. Okay. I see them more as rulers that used to be warriors. They've been through a lot. They just want to retire and live in peace. Yeah, true. That's, yeah. Still wanting to beg Mihoyo for a full Yinborn character. For a future content, curious what Varka is going to be. We'll play more. I think Autumn. I think that's literally Shenhe is a pure Yin spirit. I'm pretty sure. I just hit G to interact with something. I think I'm playing Lost Ark too much. Yeah, I did that the other day. I kept hitting the G and it goes to guide and it's like, oh, that's awkward. Awkward. I'm just shaking in my core for the day the comic lore and game lore merges. Oh my gosh, I know, and we're getting close. I think Sumeru is gonna be like the coalescence. The coalescence of many story plot points, as well as like yeah, the manga. Many Zhongli Trevor, please. On my pet dragon. Yeah, slap some sense into my Archon. True. Okay. Let me do these little questy poos. This hilly churro hullabaloo. We gotta take care of that, folks. I assume Shenhe was, yeah, it feels like that, but they never mentioned it as prominently as Chongyun. Yeah. Well, yeah. I think that's sort of like, isn't that sort of like what do you want to say? How do you want to say it? Isn't that sort of like to be expected, I guess, of yin energy? The yang energy is very upfront about it. Zach Aether's VA, also Byleth from another demon name. Oh, nice. Yeah, Zach Aguilar has done kind of a lot. He's done a lot of stuff. He's in One Punch Man as what's that robot guy's name? Genos, I think. Is that right? Genos? He's in, oh my god, he's Demon Slayer. He's like, isn't he literally the MC in Demon Slayer? Okay. Oh, next one. Bird eggs. We gotta give this guy some bird eggs. Hi, do you review builds? Yeah, I do account reviews. You can join the Discord and apply. And we also have a theory crafting section of my Discord where we have friendly people that are more than happy to look at your characters and, you know, give you help or try to figure out, you know, what you're trying to do on your account and maybe a little tips and tricks or guidance or whatever. I do account reviews. I'm thinking about doing it once a week now on like mainly Sundays, but I'll probably do that. I do like quite a bit of account reviews. It's just that there's such high demand for account reviews in general that like it takes forever for me to get through the list. Like usually it's like 3 weeks or so before I can even get to you. And that's not for lack of doing them. So that's what the theory crafting section of my Discord is kind of for. If you need quick help, if you need help sooner than 3 weeks from now, 2 or 3 weeks from now, then yeah, there are lots of people in there that are more than welcome to help you. More than happy to help you, not more than welcome to help you. English. True. How much watch time do we need? Oh yeah. We're almost done. Don't worry about it, Stev. Actually, these streams this weekend should bring us past the watch time for monetization. So that's huge news, by the way. We are steps away from getting monetized, and then this channel will have memberships, and we'll be gaming, folks. We'll be gaming. I will actually feel like I'm getting something out of this. Not that I'm not getting anything out of it. This community is fantastic, but you know, losing money every month to make a community is really painful. I'm straight up losing money every month that I do this, and I've been doing this for 3 months. So it's like 3 months of straight losing money. And that's okay. That's kind of just the name of the game at first, but I'm hoping that once I'm monetized, I'll be able to turn at least a non-negative number into a neutral number. Like if I can make $0, that's fine. At least I'm not losing money. That's step 1. Step 2, actually get you know, money, like make money, turn profit. But that's gonna take a while. What? Okay, so that's for that. And that's for that. Okay. Right. Yes, I still have to do a lot of this event. The event's time gated, right? I kind of assumed it was. Let me look. Because I probably just want to wait. Oh, wait. Hit the wrong button. Kind of just want to wait until it's like pretty much all available. Is it all available? You can just do it all, right? What about the other one? Is this one time gated? I haven't done the main quest, so I actually can't tell. My monkey neurons spark every time you're on me. Fun. Oh gosh, butler character. Apparently, Bolide still works well on Yoimiya. Yeah, it's a decent set for her. Bolide boosts normal and charge attack damage, and most people run Yoimiya with a shield. I don't. Like in this team comp, it wouldn't work, but most people run Yoimiya with like Zhongli or a shielder. So that's why Bolide is actually pretty good for her, because there's no energy cost for the buff, and even though you're getting 10% less buff, it requires no energy cost to proc. Haven't tried the new events yet. Okay. Domain is time gated right now. It's 3 out of 5. Okay. I'll probably just wait. Could do it all since day 1. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll wait on the domain one And I'll just keep working on the Enkanomiya one. Probably spend a little resin. I need to keep farming EXP books in anticipation for Ayato. A vampire butler, man. There's an enemy in Punishing Grey Ravens that's literally that. It's a not really a vampire butler, but he's like a robot butler guy. It's very much that aesthetic though. It's definitely more fun to wait. Yeah. That's kind of what I thought. I figured like day one no one would have any good domains made or anything. People would be figuring out the event. Ugh. Robot butler guy. Yes. Yes, indeed. Wait until at least Fontaine you'll have to settle for Toma. I'm sure Sayu is in Ayato banner. Ayato literally the head of Anbu Black Ops, which Shanzi is a part of. That's true. That's a good point. That would be a pretty lore relevant banner, and I don't think we've seen Sayu in a while, have we? Yeah, Fontaine is likely the place where we get a butler character. I agree. That does seem like the most relevant one to that trope. I hope the Traveler is famous in Fontaine thanks to Xavier. Serve to be the talk of the town again. Yeah. Good point. What? I thought I hit E. I'm getting better at playing this team. It's just that, like, the weird thing with this team is that the rotations are so flexible. Like, there's many different rotations that you can do on this team, depending on how much energy you have and what enemy you're fighting and stuff. And so that's kind of what makes it hard to play this team, is that, like, sometimes you're kind of unsure of what to do with your rotation. Twins do look a lot like butler characters, yeah. Although I think we'll get something that's like a bit closer to that aesthetic in that area. For sure. For sure. Oh no, turn around. Please. Okay. Well, that was awkward. I didn't want my Aimiko to die. I'm just waiting for the day they add gun weapons as rapid fire bow. Yeah, there are gun enemies. I kind of wonder if we'll ever get a unit that uses like a gun, you know? Oh, that would be kind of cool. It would probably be like a form shift. It'd probably be like a bow user that has like a burst where they, or an E or something where they use a gun. Notlin though. Flame Dancer. You guys really looking forward to Notlin? Yeah, true. I'm gonna use Kujo more, just kind of... Oh, I missed it. Just kind of waiting for the C6. If you have her at least C2, she's great. C6 is a good power spike, but it's overhyped, guys. You can't snapshot Sara's C6. So no matter what you do, it's just a 6-second spike in damage. You know what I mean? Like, you can snapshot her attack buff, but you can't snapshot the crit buff. So it's like, it's good. It's a good buff, but like C6 is not necessary for Sara. You have her at least C2, like she's buildable. It's just before C2, she's just a little awkward for people to play. So a lot of people tend to wait. You want to see Snezhnaya? Yup, that's coming last. Get ready to wait at least 4 or 5 years. Probably 4 years. Right, because we're going to have, it'll be Sumeru, then Fontaine, then Natlin, then Snezhnaya. So... the way we get only tiny scraps of Fontaine from some world quest and it is making me starve. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be, I wonder if they're gonna do a big tonal shift there. Because in Fontaine there's gonna be a lot of technology. And like most of what we've seen is pretty primitive as far as like cultural stuff now. You know what I mean? I kinda wonder how far they're gonna take it, like as far as like an advanced technological society. We'll see. It does look like they have some pretty complicated machines already. Snapshotting Sara buff doesn't matter with Raiden and Yae, the only 2 characters who can... oh, I disagree with that. The only characters that can use her? You can use her in plenty of teams. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. It doesn't matter for Raiden. True. Oh, that made me cringe. If you only use Sara with Yae and Raiden, that makes me sad. She deserves more love. She deserves more love. It's just that we don't have enough Electro characters for her to be as relevant. I swear to the Archon, if the Hydro Archon is legit, Super Aqua, I'm a whale. What if each nation we get more technologically advanced? I guess it starts to look like Honkai. I think Fontaine will be the most technologically advanced. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't think Snezhnaya will be more technologically advanced. I think that Snezhnaya is going to teach us a lot about delusions. Like, we're going to be meeting harbingers all the way up until Snezhnaya, and then I think we're going to learn a lot about delusions from the Saritsa. Yes, I only use Sara with Raiden because she is tailor-made support for her, and Yae is kind of lucky she can somewhat use her. Yeah, I get you. I get you. It's just she's one of my favorite units, and it makes me sad, is what I'm saying. I expect Hydro Archon to look like Sealy from Honkai. Ooh, that would be cool. I would expect, I honestly would, yeah, I would expect that, because she would fit the Fontaine aesthetic very well. Very well. Oh, there we go. There it is, folks. Camera overheated. Let me turn it off for a minute. Where's the... there it is. But yeah, I just, you know, it's kind of like what we were talking about earlier. I can say Sara is my favorite unit, and she's one of the best units in the game, because I do believe that, actually. I do believe she's one of the best units in the game. But, you know, it's like, we were talking about that in the Abyss earlier. It's kind of interesting that, like, people feel like if I say that, immediately a bunch of people in chat are going to be like, that's not true. She's not the best. Someone's better. And it's like, why have we lost the dialogue? Like, why is the dialogue turned into that? You know what I mean? The public dialogue. Like, why can't, you know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, I love Sara as well, but I only use Raiden for 99%. She always comes. You're running mono electro? Oh, nice. Okay. Well, okay. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. You know what I mean? I know that it's optimal to use with her, and that's what most people use her for. And that's, she doesn't have a ton of obvious uses other than that. I get it, you know. But I just really like her as a quick swap attack buffer. It's just, she's just so great. You know, a lot of people underestimate the fact that, like, you know, she can buff with her E. She doesn't need her burst. Benny needs a burst to buff. And when we get enemies that steal energy, it's going to make Sara stand out against Benny. Like these Vishaps. How many of you go to put down your Benny buff and accidentally get hit by those Vishaps and then boop, no buff? Does that happen to anyone? I don't use Benny, so like I just haven't had that issue. But you know, the more energy sucking enemies we have, the more that'll be an issue. What makes me think so? What makes me think what? I'm sorry, that was a little, I didn't see that right after I asked. I hope I get you Sara, though. I hope you get Sara. Don't have Eula, but Yai can literally hyper buff her, right? Tenacity Yai with thrilling tails. I think that's been yeah, I think that works. I think that works. Yeah, it's happened a couple of times. Okay. I kind of expect that to be like, you know, like this is one thing people don't think about, is that Benny is burst dependent. Sara is not burst dependent for her buff. And that's why I love her so much. She's very quick swap friendly. You know, like you go ahead and you put down your stuff, and I buff my Yoimiya for a little bit, and then I come back and I can buff myself, and I can burst, and then I can drop another buff, and then I can swap to my Yaimiko, and I can burst with her, do whatever the heck I want to do, you know, and then I don't need the buff for my freaking Kokomi, so I can just, yeah. Just wait till they drop an enemy that reduces skill. Do you mean increases? Because that would suck. Like slowing waters was terrible. Usually have Favonius, so energy being sucked never is an issue. Fair enough. Tenacity of something, yeah, is fine if you have Pug stats on your tenacity mellow pieces. Yeah, she can be. Yeah, like you can honestly run her with like a Hakushin ring, like I am, and run her with Millilith, even though I'm just running a two set, because I kind of wanted to do a more balanced build, and I'm basically using the Hakushin ring to buff not only my Yaimiko but also my Kokomi. I need to do testing to figure out if I can proc, like if I proc a Vape and an Overload at the same time, will I get Electro, Hydro, and Pyro? You know what I mean? Like, will I get all those buffs at the same time with Hakushin? I don't know. I gotta test it. Because with my rotation, I should have the Jellyfish up, and I should have Yoimiya's Burst up by the time I proc the effect. And as long as Yoimiya's Burst does damage while I'm proccing it, it should capture that. I don't know though. I have to test it. It's gonna be so annoying to test. So you just have to learn the enemy's attack and dodge, and I have a run of Favonius. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that it's like the end of the world. I'm not saying it's an end of the world kind of deal. You can still use Benny. Genshin's never gonna just, like, that's why all of this hyperbolic stuff is like so silly to me. Like people talking about Zhongli, and they're like, oh, Zhongli is dead, they're killing Zhongli. It's like, that is so ridiculous. Like, just because Zhongli is not going to be on the 99% use case for people that have him doesn't mean that he's dead. It doesn't mean that he's like a bad unit now. Like, that's not going to happen. Same thing with Benny. Like, they're gonna, the more healer buffs we get, I promise you, just like the Clam set, Benny is gonna get excluded from every single healer buff that happens. And he's also gonna get excluded from many other buffs. And not only that, but they're gonna release enemies that counter him by draining energy. And like, he will get not less effective, but the content will get harder for him specifically, and will become more, you know, a little more beneficial for other units. So. Right, that's definitely copium. Raiden's gonna go down next. Marcus, I don't want to sound like a jerk or anything, but you're wrong, dude. Like, how are these shield nerfs making shields useless? Like, because if that's the case, then do you still use Zhongli? Do you use him? Have you stopped using your shield characters? Have you? Curious about that. Since all these corrosions and all these massive shield nerfs that are destroying his life and his use in making Zhongli useless, have you stopped using shields entirely? Have you just swapped to healers like Kokomi and Chi-Chi? Or do you still use your shielder and it's just a little bit more annoying? Because from my experience, it's just a little bit more annoying. Like, literally, that's it. And to say anything else is literally hyperbolic. Like, to say corrosion killed shielding is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. Like, I think that's just straight, like, you're just being hyperbolic at that point. And to say that that's copium is I don't even know what to say. Did I do Abyss yet? Yeah. If you were watching stream, you would have seen it. You can never make things useless, or else one part of the community would become a keyboard warriors unless most. I mean, they do. Yeah, I mean, even if they put a slight nerf to a playstyle because it's overused and overbalanced, you know, clearly, like, that's what we've seen with these shield nerfs. People freak out, and like these shield nerfs are nothing, guys. Corrosion is nothing, and it's like it's a slight inconvenience. It's not like a wipe mechanic. Like, okay, like, if the Golden Warlord instantly killed you for having a shield, yeah. If the Rift Hounds did 300% damage to you, and all of that damage went through a shield, yeah. That would be terrible. Doing a small amount of damage over time to you, if you don't dodge, and you can negate the mechanic by dodging. So it's like, it's not. I'm saying the devs will nerf each thing that gets buffed or is overpowering one thing. I mean, yeah, they're gonna balance their game, dude. Like, they're gonna, if something is overperforming like shields were, then they're gonna nerf it because shields were overperforming. Like people were complaining about healers not being useful. Like, oh, Chi-Chi is useless. Oh, I'm so mad I pulled a Chi-Chi. And then they buff healers, they buff healers. Just dodge, bro. I'm not saying that. You can use a healer. Like, how many of you have built your, I don't even want to sound like I'm getting mad, but I'm getting kind of mad. Like, how many of you have built your Chi-Chi? Huh? Or do you just get mad that your Zhongli is less effective now? And then you do nothing to counter the mechanics? Because I'm pretty sure that most people still don't want Kokomi, and they still don't want Chi-Chi, even though those are the direct counters. You know, they probably didn't build their freaking Diona or their Barbara. Like, it's just a mechanic that makes you build your supports more, and that makes people mad because they don't want to do that. Built her? Good. Plus just a few more patches and we can finally have a full Archon team. Just imagine the horrors of Hilly Churl Camp getting Conriad. That would be pretty gross. It's probably gonna be kind of nasty to have a full Archon team. I have a Kokomi, so you're chill. Good. I think you don't realize how big of a thing corrosion is. I think that you don't realize how unimportant corrosion is in the grand scheme of things, and that it is literally a minuscule balancing technique. It is a very small change to the game balance. Like if you were listening to what I said, they could have done so many things to the game balance. Corrosion is not a drastic change. Yeah, people say that, oh, their mad healers are useless, but then they add a mechanic that makes healers useful and buff healers with a new set, and it's like everyone's mad about it. You see what I'm saying? Like how if you're mad when you can't use your healers and then you're mad that you have to use your healers, it just kind of seems like you want to be mad. It just kind of seems like no matter what they do, you're gonna complain about it. Is what it means. Like literally, unless you can tell me that I'm wrong and explain how those two inconsistent beliefs are somehow consistent. Finding the husk domain at level 90 shows how balanced you can make it with the corrosion mechanic. Barbara carries me like a queen. Exactly. They give you the tool for free. They mad because easy mode was taken away. I mean, build your healers. You can still have easy mode. You just need healers. You just, like, I think one of the reasons people are mad is because they want to maximize their DPS, and healers do not add to team DPS. They usually reduce the overall team DPS. And so instead of running 2 attack buffers, a shielder, and a DPS, now you have to run an attack buffer, a shielder, a DPS, and a healer. And people are mad about that. Like, people are mad, like, oh, I can't use Benny and, well, I guess you can use Benny because he's a healer, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys get what I'm saying? Like, it takes up a slot in your team, and that takes away from your precious DPS. Your precious DPS. Man, I feel like I was shot out of a cannon for the past like 30 minutes. I feel like I've been going hard in the paint here. I've been tossing out hot takes left and right. I'm surprised there's still 28 people here. Thank you. Let me see if my camera will turn back on. Yeah, I always have a healer too. I love having healers in my team. Big fan. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and jump to face cam. Since we're just chatting anyway. Kind of hate it when people only care about DPS. Same. Same. Discussions like these are fun. Good. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the discussion. I'm glad. It'll be 20 people if you don't stop breaking kneecaps. That's so funny. Sayu is kind of hard to build. She's got a weird split scaling thing going on with her healing, and it is very difficult to build her, I'm not gonna lie. I only have Bennett and Jean built, and they are in the same team because you love Sunfire. Oh, Sunfire is a good comp. I do like Sunfire. That's a cool comp. I remember when the community hated the idea of crossovers in general. So most of those hot takes. Sorry for being late. No problem, Crystal. You can always watch back if you want, you know. They're there. They're there. We just basically were talking about like the state of the game, whether like shielder, like these shielding nerfs, how people are reacting to them doesn't seem equivalent to the state of the game. Like, come here, Fred. Oh, you don't want to cuddle? Freddy, come here. Oh. He's ignoring me. Yeah, we're glad you're here now. But yeah, we were just talking about stuff. Just chatting. Yeah, Freddy. Good boy. I'm just gonna turn this number at the top off because, like, there we go. It's like broken, doesn't work anymore, and it's annoying. Electro Healer is definitely eager. Yeah. I kind of wonder when we'll get one of those. It's unclear if we will or if we won't. Like, I wonder if they're gonna keep that more of an elemental exclusive thing. I hope not. Nerfing Raiden if you notice the energy draining enemies. I mean, yeah, they're gonna counter. Like, okay, let me put it like this. When you play a game, right, and you're in the first stage of the game, like the beginning area, right? You're in the starter zone, okay? You put a shield on in that starter zone. They give you a shield character, you put that shield on. Does it block literally everything? Yes. Almost all the time. In any game, if you have a healer or a shielder, they are like, in the early game, they are like literally overpowered. And then when you get to mid game, guess what happens? Because if they don't increase the mechanical challenge of the game, it never gets harder. Like, you can just do the same strat. Like, if the same strat you play in the beginning of a game works through the entire game flawlessly, then you've beaten the game by the start of the game. And so what they do is they increase the mechanical challenge of a game by increasing the mechanics, by increasing the complexity. So it's like, oh, you have the shield, and yeah, it blocked everything. But now, oh, this one enemy can get past it. Or, oh, if you know, whatever. Oh, this one enemy will punish you for having a shield. And that's just how games work, you know, and this game is developing slowly, but I think that, like, we have to prepare for, if you have a winning strategy, that may not be a winning strategy all the time, forever. And you may have to come up with a new strategy or improve your strategy. You know what I mean? Mob that has return damage. Yeah, girl, hit me with that 40k charge shot. Hit me and see what happens. Yeah, we don't have very many countering enemies. That's, I fear for that day when we have an enemy that straight up counters. Oh god, that's gonna be hard. Out of topic, how much light sigils do you guys have left? Wow, have you bought out everything, Kwangbae? And you have 251? Like, did they just include a lot of it? There's just like a bunch of extras or something? Hi, Pika. I'm calling it the way Hoyo plans to nerf specific DPS by introducing enemies that reduce crit rate. Ooh, man, that would be bad. I think it would be worse if they nerfed crit damage, because that's just bad. But yeah. Launch of an enemy like Beto. Yeah, if they have a full counter enemy, oh my gosh, that would. You bought out everything in have a ton? Oh, okay. Yeah, a bunch of extra. Can't even exchange for Mora. Interesting. That's kind of weird. I think they should have had like a Mora exchange at the end. Yeah. You'll have to wait once their counter is done. Which way? It's in the abyss. Yep. What it'll be probably is if they have a counter mechanic, you'll have to line it up with your healer. So like when they start countering, you'll just use that time to heal or funnel energy or something. Bye, fun stream. Oh, see you, Dean. Have a good one. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. We can buy stuff with that event. I don't know if you can buy it, but it's like the more sigils you have, the more you unlock your statue, the more rewards you unlock, basically. Sigils could be infinitely farmed. Can they? Easy, if there's a Beto enemy, just use Beto to counter the counter. That's like counterception there. You got like, they counter it, and then you go and you counter, and then they, yeah, that's crazy. There's a, in Warframe, there's a frame called, was it Nova? I think it's Nova, who has like, their ultimate ability is basically that. They go into like a little bubble, and they counter all the damage. They absorb and counter damage. I wonder if they'll ever put a mechanic like that in Genshin, because I don't think that would play very well with Genshin, due to like how enemies, they don't always consistently attack. They usually have like damage windows, you know? I don't know. It might be okay. Think about mobs that decrease crit rate mean more viability for electro reactions due to the consistent DPS. And swirl damage too, yeah. That's a good point. What do you think about the light sigils actually being the representation of the 8th element light? I think that they made a lot of hints in this. So basically, in the event, they were talking about lore, and one of the lore things they were talking about is how there's ley lines for the, oh god, what is it? Basically, like unrefined elemental energy, like Nyx, you're right. I think you're right. Nova is the one that was the quantum reactions and stuff, like chain reactions. So it's like there's also the light, like there's ley lines for the human realm, there's void lines for the abyssal realm, and then there's, I don't think that they used a really good term for it, like light lines for the celestial realm, right? And so I think that the elements that we have currently are a result of oh god, how do you even put it? How do you even say it? Like, they were saying that the realm of the Vishaps is the realm of pure elemental energy, and they basically also said that it's like light. What's these ley lines for? You don't know what ley lines are for? Eventually be... You don't know what ley lines are for? They contain elemental energy and memories. And the Archon's like, that's like the Archon's job. Like the Archon's literal job is to take care of and maintain the ley lines. Bishops were from everywhere. No, they're from the light realm, from the realm of pure elemental energy. And so like, that makes me think that like, okay, essentially then what they're saying is that like light, or this light energy, right, is pure elemental energy, which means that it's like you know how light, when you refract it, you get the different colors, right? Like when you diffuse light, you get all the different colors. They're basically saying that like if you put all the elemental energy, hydro, electro, all that, and you were to like refine it together, it would become this celestial energy, like the light energy. And then I'm guessing that void energy or void lines, it's like the opposite. It's literally like color. It's like black is the absence of color, like the total absorption of it. So then like abyssal energy would be made by, instead of combining, it's confusing. They're gonna have to explain a lot. Like a light spectrum, yeah. So like the elements that we see in the human realm, it's like the human realm is a kaleidoscope. It's like the celestial realm has the pure energy, and then it gets refracted down, and the refracted elemental, like pyro, hydro, electro, that's all just I don't know how to explain any of this. It probably explains why Geo Vishaps can also use other elements. Yeah, well, because like the like Ajdaha is connected to a ley line, and he's pulling that elemental energy from the ley lines, and also the memories. That's how Ajdaha is able to like there. God, there's so much. Ley lines are a huge part of the world building. I don't know if they can relate it to physics unless the darkness, absence of energy is harmful, like that there's some sort of background miasma or something. Well, elemental energy is toxic. Like being exposed to elemental energy is toxic to people unless they have a vision. Light is composed of wavelengths that contain energy. No wavelength, no light, then no energy to transmit damage. It's probably more, I mean, like for physics, you have matter and antimatter, right? And when they meet, they cancel each other out, right? And so like abyssal energy is probably just going to be explained as that, like void energy, in the sense that like when it comes in contact with pure elemental energy, it negates, it diffuses, it cancels out. That's probably how they'll explain it. Although where that comes from, it probably just comes from the chaos realm, or the realm beyond all experience, which would be like the realm of void. Omikami counts as, I'm just actually realized something I wanted. Yeah, Archon is the title for the winner of the God War. Yeah, and they oversee the ley lines. I get what you're saying, but the metaphor for light versus matter, antimatter isn't great. I mean, yeah. I'm not claiming to, you know, this is the first time I've ever tried to talk about this on stream. I'm not really a lore theory creator or whatever. I'm just talking out my butt. See you later, Flame. Thank you for leaving a like. I appreciate you. But yeah, we're gonna probably learn a lot about that as we go. Like Dane's Leaf, like I think the Ruin Guards are powered by that void energy, by abyssal energy. So Dane's Leaf seems to use it. The Twin seems to use it. Hoping we'll learn more about that as time goes on. No, there's only 7. The Archons, literally, they watch over a ley line. That's their job. So there's as many Archons as there are ley lines. That's like the thing. Nope. Because we tried to use elemental sight on a Ruin Guard, remember? And there was no elemental energy in it. And then Dane's Leaf is like, oh, they're not powered by the elements. And then he does like a big dark, his hand goes blah, 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 and he has like a dark orb or whatever, and that's how he pulls the eye out. That was abyssal energy. And he also chokes the Herald with it. It's abyssal energy. About the deeper lore, my brain just likes to create its homemade funny. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot to learn about the deeper lore of Genshin. They have set up a lot of world building for us. Oh man, I'm starving. There are multiple gods, but only 7 Archons. Exactly. There were a lot of gods, and then they killed most of them during the Archon War. That's exactly Dane's Leaf do. Blur, blur, blur. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. One day when we become Force users and Force choke everything. Right. That's why they use bone marrow for the delusions, because it contains ley line energy. Yeah. From the god. Yep. I wonder if Abyss energy will be the dark versus light element in the games. Probably. Dane's Leaf element. Yes. That is true. No, Archons are not rulers of countries. Archons literally have a job, and their job is to oversee a specific ley line. They have to maintain that ley line. That's like their job. Until they quit. Like Zhongli and Venti and Raiden. Welcome, Sane. Besides Genshin lore, the connection between Genshin and Honkai is another madness. Oh my gosh, it is. And you know, they've already, like with the recent story quest, they just started playing with time. And that's going to be a huge problem later on, because Mihoyo loves to play with bubble universes and alternate timelines and stuff like that, and that's just gonna, oh my god. You sure that's what it says in the manga? Well, I'm here to tell you that the actual job of Archons is to watch over ley lines, and that there's only a specific number of them, and any other god is not an Archon, it's just a god. And the gods all fought for those jobs. Can't wait for Timmy to do a total 180 on us. One day we'll go to kill the birds and Timmy will just take us out. Dane's Leaf element do be the choking people you see do the best herald. Exactly, force choke. Seems like everyone really trying hard to forget about the trust issues you have after Albato's second. That's gonna confuse the hell out of everyone. Muji Daruma. Is the new Geo Archon gonna rise? I don't know. I don't know if we'll see like new Archons get, because like now that we're basically every Archon we come in contact with seems to like quit or have already quitted or have already quit their job. And so like I feel like we're going to be involved in that, and I don't know if they'll appoint new Archons or if we're just going to be there interfering with Celestia by that point, and then maybe there won't be other Archons. Maybe these are the last Archons. We don't know yet. I'm just too dumb to theorize about it without looking dumber. What about? Still rabid about the whole albedo event? Oh. I mean, Genshin theory is actually pretty hard. Hey, Meki. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Getting ads from second Dragon Spine event for some reason. Really? You're getting ads for that? That is not good timing. Abyss is the Karen. I need to speak to the manager. Do Archons also have the Gnosis that links them? Don't wait. So Celestia, at least before those were taken away from them or thrown them. Is one of the difference from normal gods? Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that's what the Gnosis does. The Gnosis connects them to the ley line. And that's how they manage the ley line. And that's how they get their insane power as an Archon. From their Gnosis. Which is basically connected to the ley line. So they can just, if they need a huge power boost, they can just be like, yo, ley line, fuel it up. And the ley line's like, I got you. But when they quit, when they're not an Archon, they don't have access to that power. Because they don't have their Gnosis. Only possible candidate for the next Geo Archon in terms of achievement is Ningguang. I would agree. But last time they appointed Archons, they just did it through war. They were just like, a Gnosis is like a vision? Yeah. It's like a mega vision, basically. Leyline is the Archon's Kurama. Have you heard the Kokomi Vishap theory? I'm not sure. Give me 15 minutes until our talk. Okay. I'm probably going to end stream soonish. We're just going to wrap up just chatting or whatever. And then we have to do a meeting tonight for community. We're talking about the podcast that we're going to start soon. We're going to start like a community-oriented podcast where, yeah, we're going to chat about stuff. Archons can use their own power. Like that's one of the interesting things about Venti, Zhongli, and Raiden. The released versions of them that we have, like their power level is that, like it's their own power. Like Zhongli is literally running on his own power. Venti is running on his own power. And Raiden is running on their own power. We've never seen them use Gnosis power. We've never seen them use it. By the time we've interacted with the Archons, they're already at a fraction of the power that they had. Gnosis is like a tool for an Archon to communicate with Heavenly Principle. Yeah. It also functions as an observation or communication tool with Celestia. Sounds good, man. It's been fun. Good. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the stream. I've also enjoyed it. How people physically get visions, like the chasing of visions, and get it from midair. Yeah, that's also an interesting thing. It's a power boost, but Zhongli was so strong even before he got the Gnosis. During the Archon War, Zhongli was basically Gilgamesh dropping meteors. Yeah. No, I agree. And that's the thing, is you can get a lot of power even besides the Gnosis. You know what I mean? It's just like, that's the scary thing. It's like, wow, these Archons are really powerful even without their Gnosis. Can you imagine? I mean, you can't give out Gnosis Archons and not expect power creep. Right. Let's hope Dendro uses Gnosis power. I don't know. Is the Dendro Archon... There's actually a lot of interesting theories about the Dendro Archon. And so I'm kind of interested. I kind of feel like they may have also quit their job. It doesn't seem like working for Celestia is a very good job. It doesn't seem like it has very good retention, you know? Like, they might want to form a union or something. How do gods have elemental powers without visions? Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. How are they doing it? The Dendro Archon is little child size, but she is the Archon. That's what I've heard. That's a theory. I'm gonna head out. Have a wonderful night. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm getting ready to wrap up. Do you guys want a Freddy cam before I go? Celestia unemployment rate steadily rising. Exactly. They weren't paid enough for this. They don't really care about it. Yeah. Yeah. Has no life insurance. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, the Sarita is doing that. Pretty much. Those the gods are great. Big Chocolate was a geodragon. Pretty much screwed it. Got bad at the God Assault, yeah. They don't get paid or anything, yeah. Yeah, like what do they get out of that? It's just like a... Here we go. Wow. Oh, ow. Such Freddy. You signed the form, so summon... Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll summon for you. I will summon for you. I think he got something in his eye. His eye's been kind of red today. So I had to give him some medicines in his little eyeballs. That's why Zhongli is broke, because he don't have a good seller. Facts. Elemental power isn't specifically tied to visions. Characters like Signora don't have a vision, but is able to manipulate the elements. Well, I think Signora did have a vision, but what she did was Signora, like, she basically took elemental power, like she basically turned her heart into a vision and started destroying her own body, I think, technically, for power. Yeah, doesn't it look kind of, it's kind of gross, but hopefully in a couple days it'll be better. His poor little eye. Yeah, she had a pyrovision, and then her lover died, and she became the Crimson Witch of Flames by essentially consuming her heart in fire, whatever that means. And then when she met she was going to kill herself. She was basically like on a death mission. She was just like burning out herself for power. And then I don't know if it was the first Harbinger, but one of the Harbingers, I think it was Piero, approached Signora and was like, hey, if you want to not die, you can use this cryo delusion to prevent yourself from burning your soul, you know, burning your heart and body. And so she used the cryo delusion to, you know, blanket her flames. But it's just a really interesting theme, you know, like she had all this passion, and then the cryo delusion kind of turned her into a cold-hearted, you know. And then when we fought her, we reignited her passion, sort of. I thought she had liquid fire and did something to merge herself with it. Yeah, she just went crazy after her lover died. Why does the delusion not affect the Harbingers? I think it does. I think it does, because I mean, like, when you look at Child using his abyssal transformation, it takes a lot out of him. I just think that it's like the more will you have, or the more angry you are, or like the more revenge you want to seek, probably the longer you can use the delusion before it kills you, is kind of what I'm thinking. Like, it's like the dark side thing, where it's like, harness the power of the dark side. You think it's only the abyss powers and not the delusion that affects Child? That's interesting. I don't think we've received a direct confirmation of that, but if anything, it's probably something like that, where it's like, harness the power of the dark side, if you know what I mean. Yeah, the abyssal transformation is separate from the delusion. Child's Foul Legacy isn't a part of it. No, well, I know it's not. the delusion is not the abyssal transformation, but the abyssal transformation allows him to use his delusion and his vision at the same time. And, you know, we don't have direct confirmation as to which one is the one draining his energy, but I would be willing to bet that it's at least partly the delusion. You know? Imagine Child's family know about him. Maybe Child is actually a 13-year-old boy. He says of himself a lot. Never mentioned delusion is what. Interesting. I mean, I know that he says that the abyssal transformation is what takes it out of him. But, I mean, that also includes his delusion. I don't know. Isn't that why Scaramouche wanted a traveler to get enraged at him in the factory so that he... Yeah, it seems like the abyss is connected to emotions, like chaotic emotions. A delusion, since it isn't... Yeah. I mean, obviously delusions have negative impacts on people. It's like elemental power in general is toxic to people, and then it seems like visions give you protection from elemental toxicity, but delusions don't. Like, delusions do the same thing that visions do, but do not protect you from the side effects, essentially. Yeah, the delusions probably only affect visionless people more than... Yes, yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, is that, like, the vision will give you the protection from the delusion. It's just that if you don't have a vision, you don't have that protection, and so the delusion will hurt you. That would actually make sense. Because, you know that ring that we found? Like, the one ring made out of that one thing, that stone... in Leeway that made that lady sick or whatever. The Schmear, I don't remember what it was called. The Jadeite, the special Jadeite ring or whatever it was. In that quest, we learn a lot about how elemental energy affects people. And we basically learn that unless you have a vision, coming in contact with elemental energy will make you sick. It's the same reason why, if you read the Hydro Slime description, it says that people will carry Hydro Slimes around as a source of water, but consuming Hydro is toxic. So, like, eating the slimes directly is toxic, but people would carry them around as a source of water. Kind of interesting. He said no Archons, the strongest character we know so far. I mean, we technically met this Sustainer of Heavenly Principles. Considering the Sustainer of Heavenly Principles seems to be like behind the entire downfall of Conria, I would probably say that. Her. Like what I'm imagining is that the Sustainer of Heavenly Principles is the leader of Celestia, and the Archons did not want to destroy Conria, but the Archons were not stronger than the Sustainer, so the Archons could not fight back against the Sustainer of Heavenly Principles. That's what I'm guessing the power hierarchy is like there. Alice and Dainsleif are kind of like... They're like, they're wild cards. Like, I don't know if we can actually discern exactly how powerful Alice and Dainsleif are, especially right now, just because we haven't even seen Alice yet. I mean, obviously she's ridiculously powerful, but like, there's just so much we still need to learn. Will Hydro characters get an acidic mechanic? Maybe. Never see you Yuami's mother. That's funny. You think Alice is better than Danes? I would think that instinctively, probably Alice is stronger than Dainsleif, but Dainsleif is like immortal, I'm pretty sure. Alice does seem to see, yeah, she seems to be like a plane shifter. We don't know if she has more than one child. Someone was just joking, I think, kind of like, you know, saying like, hey, we never met, you want me as mom, what if? Dane Sleep is a wild card persona user. That's funny. All right, I'm getting tired, guys. I'm gonna wrap up. I really appreciate it. Great stream tonight. Really fantastic stream. 10 out of 10. I'm gonna stream tomorrow. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. But I'm gonna stream tomorrow. I'm probably gonna do account reviews tomorrow. So keep an eye out for DMs from me if you've applied. I'll be contacting people. Considering Klee changed the landscape in Mondstadt, there's no telling how strong Alice is. True. True. Thanks everyone for being here. I appreciate you. And as always, stay healthy. You better stay hydrated. Peace, everybody.